It happened live, and nobody saw it coming. Not the cameras, not the crowd, and not the NBA legend sitting beside her. The second Caitlin Clark spoke her mind, the entire studio went quiet. Within moments, the internet blew up. People are calling it the boldest on-air call-out of an NBA icon ever. It wasn't just a quick viral clip, it felt like a moment that could shift the whole conversation. 1 minute it was a normal interview, and the next it turned into a real showdown. Caitlin didn't just make them look bad. She highlighted the old thinking, the subtle disrespect, and the fake support some people hand out like it means something. And she did it without yelling, without losing control, just calm and direct in a way that shook the basketball world. The clips spread fast. Players started reacting. Social media went crazy. And the wild part is, that wasn't even the biggest thing she said. What came next left even her loudest critics quiet. This wasn't a gotcha moment. It felt like a reset for her, for the WNBA, and for the NBA names who just got put on the spot by the player they once treated like background noise. So what did she say? Why are fans split between praise and outrage? And why are NBA legends suddenly trying to backtrack? Stay with it, because once you hear what she exposed, you'll see why people think basketball conversations won't feel the same after this. Let's get into it. From the start, Caitlin Clark didn't feel like a typical player. She carried confidence, edge, and a mindset that wasn't only about winning, it was about changing the way people looked at the game. But even with record nights, highlight reels, and clutch moments, some NBA voices reacted with the same pattern: a shrug, a laugh, or compliments that were really put-downs. They acted friendly, but it never felt like real respect. This goes back to her college run, when she was putting up huge numbers like it was normal. Even then, certain NBA commentators were already trying to downplay it, questioning her athleticism, dismissing her competition, and implying it wouldn't mean anything beyond college. The message was always coded. She's smart for a girl. She's good at her level. Let's see if she can handle real pressure. Like she hasn't been carrying pressure her whole career. She wasn't given space. She took it. Iowa rose, records fell, and every time critics went quiet, they eventually returned with new doubt. And here's the part that felt darker. While fans were celebrating her, parts of the industry were quietly setting a ceiling for her. Some former NBA stars, the same guys known for confidence and dominance, seemed uncomfortable seeing a young woman pulling the kind of attention they believed belonged to their world. Like the spotlight was moving without their approval. People started pointing to the usual suspects. Charles Barkley joked he could guard her in flip-flops. Paul Pierce said she wouldn't score 10 against NBA role players. Kendrick Perkins said she should stay in her lane. Even Reggie Miller suggested her style wouldn't translate. And through all of it, Caitlin kept the same public face. Polite smile, careful answers, like she was waiting for the right moment. Until now. Because the interview everyone's talking about didn't feel like a normal sit-down. Fans say it felt like a trap. A major network put her at a roundtable with retired NBA stars, and Caitlin sat in the center, surrounded by men who never fully treated her like she belonged in their conversation. The segment was supposed to be fun, talking about the future of the WNBA. But the tone changed fast. One by one, the legends tossed in little shots dressed up as advice. Great shooter, but your defense needs work, because the pros are different. Don't buy into the hype, young lady. We've seen college stars fade. They laughed, the room laughed, and Caitlin didn't react at all. She just waited. And what she did next is why the clip is everywhere. To understand why her response hit so hard, you have to look at the build-up. This wasn't a random clapback. It was years of being talked down to, pushed into polite boxes, and guided by people who were really just gatekeeping. Caitlin grew up respecting basketball history. She studied great players, built parts of her game from what she saw, and openly credited the legends who helped make the sport global. But as her fame grew, the pushback got louder. She's only a shooter. She can't drive left. Put her in an NBA gym and watch her struggle. And it wasn't just trolls online. It was big names. People who shaped how fans talked about the game. The same men who demanded respect for their legacy were brushing off someone building hers in real time. So when Caitlin finally had them in the same room on live TV, she didn't raise her voice or throw a tantrum. She went the other way. She used facts. She calmly laid out her numbers, Not just points, but efficiency, playmaking, and what she brings mentally. Then she reminded them of their own early career stories, and how doubt was part of their journey too. And then she hit the point that froze the room. A lot of you forget what it feels like to be doubted before you even get your real chance. But I don't, and I'm not letting you rewrite what I'm doing just because it makes you uncomfortable. The studio went quiet. People watching lost it. But then she went further and hinted there was something off camera that the public never knew. And that's when things truly flipped. Because she wasn't just defending herself anymore. She was calling out the whole game around the game. The legends were still sitting there with smirks. The host tried to steer things back into jokes. Caitlyn looked calm, hands together, no visible anger. But she was locked in. Then she leaned into the mic and asked one question that changed the air in the room. Should I tell them what really happened? Everything stopped. The host tried to laugh it away, telling her to keep it light. Caitlyn didn't budge. She looked into the camera and revealed that one of the guys at the table had told her privately that women's basketball didn't deserve primetime TV, that it was just a temporary trend. The mood collapsed instantly. She didn't even say the name right away, but the reactions around the table were loud enough. People online started replaying faces and body language like it was a crime scene. Then Caitlyn said the exact kind of line that makes the audience explode. He told me no one really watches and it'll fade, and the next night I dropped 49 in front of a sold-out crowd. That was the moment social media snapped. Everyone wanted to know who said it. But Caitlyn wasn't finished. She explained that the same person later went on a national podcast and praised her like he'd supported her all along. Then she delivered the dagger. Funny how fast people change when the cameras are on. The host tried to recover. The energy was gone. Caitlyn turned toward the guy across from her and asked if he remembered saying it. Viewers became convinced it was Paul Pierce. He stumbled, tried to soften it, and the tension got worse. Then Caitlyn did the thing that made it impossible to wave away. She pulled out her phone, right there on set, and showed a recorded voice memo with a clear date and timestamp. In the audio, the voice said the quiet part out loud. The WNBA will never matter like the NBA. This is hype, and it'll wear off. The clip hit the internet within minutes. Media sites rushed to cover it. Fans went wild. Some were angry, some were shocked, but a lot of people cheered because it felt like, for once, somebody stood up on live TV and forced NBA royalty to answer for what they say behind closed doors. It also came out that the network had told Caitlyn not to cause drama. They wanted a feel-good crossover moment. Instead, they got a full public reckoning. And when Charles Barkley tried to save the group by saying the women's game just doesn't move the needle the same way, Caitlyn replied without blinking. Give us the budget and media deals you get, and we'd be smashing records constantly, and I can prove it. Then she brought up viewership numbers, jersey sales, and record-breaking streams tied to her games. And she closed with one clean message. I'm not arguing feelings, I'm talking facts, and the real issue is you're scared because the spotlight is shifting. That ended the segment. Online, the reactions went nuclear. Edits hit millions of views. Big names weighed in. Some praised her, others called her disrespectful. But the tone had changed. It didn't feel like one player versus one comment anymore. It felt like a bigger fight over who controls the story. Then the betrayal story dropped, and it made the whole thing uglier. A random account hinted that someone close to Caitlyn was feeding NBA Voices private info about her deals, her contract details, and even her pressure points in interviews. Fans ignored it at first. Then a verified account posted a screenshot of a private email, allegedly from someone inside Caitlyn's media circle. It listed brand contracts, salary clauses, and even notes about how to push her emotionally in press settings. That turned it from drama into something that looked like coordinated sabotage. The name tied to it was Lauren T. Mallister, described as Caitlyn's longtime PR liaison, someone Caitlyn had praised publicly. People were stunned. Supporters demanded answers. Then internet detectives found an old connection. Lauren once interned at Turner Sports under a producer linked to Charles Barkley's circle. That made the story feel less like one bad actor and more like a pipeline. The fallout hit fast. Reports claimed Lauren was suspended while networks investigated. Hashtags popped up calling out media sabotage. Athletes outside basketball posted support. Caitlyn said nothing for 2 days, and the silence made fans panic. Then she posted one line on Instagram. I know who you are, and I'm not done." That was enough to set everything off again. Instead of letting her team speak for her, Caitlyn announced a solo press conference. No PR handlers, no host, just her and a microphone. She showed up plain and focused, and opened with a clear message. "I built my career on hard work and quiet, but some people think quiet means weak, and that ends now." Then she confirmed the leak came from inside her camp and claimed she had audio messages between Lauren and a sports media executive discussing how to soften Caitlyn's image so she wouldn't threaten endorsements. The message was brutal. "If she keeps calling out NBA guys, she'll hurt her deals, so we need her more grateful and less combative." That quote lit everything up because it wasn't only about Caitlyn anymore. It became about how powerful women get rewarded for being successful, but punished for being direct. Caitlyn ended with a line that hit hard. "You don't get to build your brand off my silence, and to every woman watching, never make yourself smaller to keep others comfortable." The internet exploded again. Celebrities reposted it. Sports media called it a declaration of war. NBA legends tried to do damage control. Some apologized, some doubled down. WNBA players also started speaking up, saying they'd been told to tone it down too. And then another clip appeared. Grainy footage that looked like Lauren meeting a sports executive in a parking garage 2 days before the roundtable. Fans believed it was proof the segment was designed to bait Caitlyn into a trap. If that's true, the interview wasn't a conversation, it was an ambush. But it backfired because Caitlyn didn't crumble. She took control. After that, the reaction became global. Hashtags trended in multiple countries. TikTok turned Caitlyn's press line into a sound used in edits and career montages. Instagram filled with tributes. Brands jumped in with quick videos. Players tweeted support. Sue Bird reportedly gave a strong statement calling Caitlyn's move brave and necessary, saying she exposed a culture of dismissal that women's basketball has lived with for decades. On the NBA side, some said it went too far, arguing private comments shouldn't have been aired. Others said it was overdue, and that men's media has been gatekeeping women's success for years. Then Dwayne Wade posted a direct message calling out insecurity and saying Caitlyn didn't embarrass the NBA. She embarrassed the fear some people have about the game growing without them controlling it. LeBron reposted it with one word: facts. After that, more NBA players started publicly showing respect. Fans, meanwhile, didn't let the critics off the hook, especially Paul Pierce, whose apology got dragged non-stop. And then the biggest rumor of all hit: a film studio might be pitching a Caitlyn Clark biopic titled Don't Shrink. At the same time, another rumor spread that Caitlyn has been recording everything for a documentary. Meetings, PR talks, behind-the-scenes politics, betrayal, all of it. Whether it's true or not, people believe she's moving differently now. Not just as a player, but as someone trying to take full control of her story. And then came the final twist: the LeBron invite rumor. Screenshots surfaced claiming Caitlyn was approached by a major NBA legend to train with a private off-season group, not for publicity, but for real high-level runs. The claims said LeBron privately reached out and wanted her to join his elite invitational scrimmage. No cameras, no crowd, just top talent in a locked gym. Sports Twitter melted down again. And then Caitlyn added fuel without saying a word. She posted a photo of black and gold training shoes courtside in a private gym, next to a towel with the initials LJ, no caption. Fans took it as confirmation. Then a blurry security-style video surfaced that people swore showed Caitlyn entering a private Los Angeles gym with Maverick Carter, wearing the same shoes. No audio, no explanation, just her walking in, turning once, nodding, and disappearing through the doors. And that's where it ends for now. No official confirmation, no denial, just the feeling that something big is coming. Because if Caitlyn really stepped into that room and held her own, it wouldn't just be a headline. It would force the entire basketball world to face what they've been denying. At this point, the question isn't whether she changed the conversation. It's how far she's about to push it. From calling out legends on live TV, to surviving betrayal inside her circle, to possibly stepping into LeBron's private training space, Caitlyn isn't waiting for permission anymore. She's taking the shot, and now everyone is watching. You've seen the chaos, now it's your turn. Do you think Caitlyn could hold her own in an NBA-level exhibition run? Who do you think was the real legend behind the off-camera comment? And do you believe the leak was accidental, or a planned inside move? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this story isn't slowing down. If you made it this far, You're the kind of fan this channel is built for. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, because more clips, more reactions, and more behind-the-scenes info could drop any minute. Caitlyn didn't ask for approval. She took the shot. And now it's bigger than basketball.